everybody. God bless you. Thank you for joining me this morning. God bless you. I think we are live on Facebook. We are now. Good morning to you all. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this Sunday morning. Pray you all are well and pray that you're having a great morning this morning as we are at day 29. I don't plan to be before you long this morning. We're going to get this lesson in, get it done, and I'm still traveling, so I got to get on the road today for another major long day and event this afternoon. But we're excited. It's a private event, so can't invite you all to that, but we thank God for you all being here this morning with us. God bless you. Good morning, Pastor Ballinger, and good morning to those of you that are with me on the conference call. And we're going to jump right in. As you know, we've been talking from the book Note to Self, The Authentic Me, My Journey Journal of Validation. And we started this out with talking about who are you really? And now we've been in the birthing place. And I tell you, the topics have been something really, really good to focus on, to deal with when we've been dealing with the birthing place. Some of those topics have been, I'm going to try to read them to you real quickly. Lean on Him, let Him guide, is working in you, now walk it out, just do it. Then we talked about right division, it shall come to pass, own the room, and then today, yesterday was really good. We dealt with owning the room, but today we're going to talk about do you. So often I'm really big on self-care. Even yesterday I was finishing up something and had a couple other things, but just was extremely exhausted after being in a week of a lot of meetings and sessions and presentations. I knew that I needed to take a minute to do me, to just chill for a moment so that I can get some rest. And we have to do us. We have to take those moments of self-care. Good morning, Mother Wilson. I pray you enjoyed yourself yesterday evening. But we have to take time to do you. When I thought about or saw a topic for today, I thought about you, Mother Wilson, because we had a conversation recently about doing us. Good morning, Wanda. Good morning to whoever just joined us on the conference call. Conference call, make sure your phones are on mute. But we have to take time to do you. And in doing us, we have to take a moment. Good morning, Kendra. We have to take a moment to just really check in with ourselves, to do us, to do absolutely, sometimes we overcommit. Sometimes we are those people that just can't say no. We feel like we got to be involved. We feel like we got to be there. We feel like we got to do it. Good morning, Miss Janice. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Michelle. We feel like we got to be the one to do it. You said, good morning, sunshine. I know I got my yellow on. Y'all can't really see it, but it's got my BC Tigers on it. Oh, man, my BC girls showed out yesterday. They brought home a championship for the HBCU. And my USC girls showed out yesterday. So go Cox, go Tigers. We're super proud of them. We were excited yesterday to hear that news while we were in session. But as I was saying, we have to take time to do us. We have to take time to set aside time to make sure that we are checking in with us and we're taking care of ourselves. And a lot of us are caregivers. We're taking care of elderly family members or, our moms and dads, and you have to take a moment to do you. And not only that, you may have children, you may have grandchildren, and but you have to take a moment to take care of you, because if we don't take care of ourselves, there's a saying that says you cannot pour from an empty glass. And so if you're running around with an empty glass and you're trying to pour for everybody else in your glass, and that comes from John Maxwell, and you're pouring from an empty glass, you're not meaning any good to them or yourself, because you're pouring out of places that you don't even have a pour from. And so that means that you're extremely exhausted. And those are places too, I find that the enemy will come in and literally flood us, because we have not taken time to do us, to focusing on ourselves to however that looks for you. So today we're talking about do you. Do you? And so let's read what the scripture references are for today. And it's coming from 1 Corinthians 3:16-17. The King James version of this says, "Know ye not that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? If any man defiles the temple of God, him shall God destroy. Him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are." The message says, you realize, don't you, that you are the temple of God, and God himself is present in you. No one will get by with vandalizing God's temple. You can be sure of that. God's temple is sacred, and you, remember, are the temple. The Amplified says, do you not know and understand that you, the church, are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwells permanently in you, collectively and individually? Good morning, Karen. And individually, if anyone destroys the temple of God, corrupting it with false doctrine, God will destroy the destroyer. For the temple of God is holy, and that is what you are. So we are the temple of God. And when we talk about that, the temple is the body. We are the temple. We are the place. And then the church, the body as a whole, and the body as a church. But to talk about us being the temple of God, and we have to take care of the temple. We have to take care of our body. And so when we look at this devotional, it says anxiety, fear, and the state of uncertainties are at their peak. And we know that. When we look at the world, the state of the world today is at its peak. People are freaking out. We're dealing with, there's a lot of state of uncertainty. You can go, to work today and you got a job. Tomorrow you don't. You can be receiving services today and tomorrow it's gone. It's a lot going on. And it's at its peak. We are facing so many challenges that demands our time. Self-care is our opportunity to refine, boost, enhance, or better ourselves. And that's self-care. I'm going to read that again. It's our opportunity to refine, boost, enhance, or better ourselves. When you're doing self-care, you're bettering yourself. It's for you. It's what it is actually says. Self-care, taking care of you. It is the moment to do you. We are faced with challenges which can cause us to lose ourselves in the moments of life. We're faced with challenges. We're faced with so many different things, and the challenge could be grief. The challenge could be, fear, anxiety. It could be, your health. Good morning, Harriet. It could be whatever it is. We're faced with so many challenges, which causes us to lose ourselves in the moments of life. And when you're faced with these challenges, because a lot of times when crisis hit, automatically it's fight or flight. We talk about that a lot in the therapy world. You're either going to fight or you're going to flight. You're going to run from it, okay? And so we're fighting through different things and different challenges in the moments of life. As life goes on, as life be lifing, as I say, we are challenged with so many things, but we have to take that moment. First of all, good morning, Lisa. I say lean to God. But when we're in a crisis, because we're human, immediately we either respond and we jump right in it, and sometimes we don't think about, let me talk to God, because it just depends on what it is. You get that call about your child, you get that call about a family member, what we doing? We rush. And sometimes we never stop to say, let me pray. Because if they're headed to the hospital, think about it. They're headed to the safest place, to the place they need to be going. So why am I rushing? Because what am I going to do about the situation when I get there anyway but sit? And we don't think about that, because when the moments of life hit us, we start crashing and we start crisis. The crisis of that moment start to hit us. Good morning, Carol. I got your message over in the morning. We'll talk today, baby. We start rushing ourselves in that crisis moment. And we forget to take a moment to ask God, what should I do? So when life hits us with, it could be finances, it could be relationships, it could be your kids, it could be grandkids, it could be, you not knowing what your next move is going to be. Whatever that moment is, you still got to take a moment. And this is what I say, you got to breathe. And it's going to go into that in this session when we read more. You got to breathe, because our breath is everything about us. When we, and think about it, because some of us, we think we're really breathing, we're shadow breathing. We're not getting enough oxygen to our brain. That's why if you're in a crisis moment, or when you go to a therapist and you're dealing with anxiety, one of the first things we'll normally do is tell you to deep breathe. We'll start you out with a deep breathing exercise, because we realize you're not breathing. And when you take moments to breathe in and breathe out, a couple of Saturdays ago, I had to go deal with an emergency with my chaplain role. And one of the things I told the person, I say, just stop and breathe. And breathe. And when the person started breathing in and breathing out, we seen this person go from being panicky, anxieties, fears, overthinking the situation, to relaxing, being calm. And now when you're relaxing, you're calm, you can talk it out. You can think better. And when you can think better, you'll have a better response. One way we can take control is to practice being aware. Be aware of the present moment. Awareness is being mindful of what is happening in the right now. This allows you to remove any distractions of the past, anxieties for the future, and provide a way to center yourself in the now. And that thing is real, because when you're dealing with something, and even when I did vestibular therapy, it was amazing to me that one of the things they told me, they said, when you feel your body shifting, because when you talk about vestibular, it's almost like you having vertigo. Your body is moving, but you're standing still, but your body, because it's all about that ear. If that ear has fluid, if that ear is off, then if you got an ear infection, it's real bad, you'll find yourself getting dizzy. You try to get up and you're dizzy. And so they'll teach you in vestibular that take your eye and focus on one thing. Don't try to focus on everything in the room, because as you're focusing on everything in the room, you study spinning yourself out even more and causing that vestibular system to respond. But if you can focus in, so they would take a letter and put it on the wall. And if I've done an exercise, like moving my head or up and down with my head, it's going to cause that vestibular system to respond, which is going to make you dizzy. And they would say to me, just look at the letter on the wall and focus. And when you focus on that letter, you can still feel your body moving, but at some point your body will settle down. I remember even when you're getting ready to feel like you're about to throw up or vomit, a lot of that is vestibular. A lot of that is your system is off. And they would tell me, even when because they're going to do things to cause it to stimulate, because they want you to stimulate. So when you're at home and you're having these moments, they want you to know how to focus in and be aware that you're having a moment. I need to settle down. I need to sit down. Okay? And so I would have a moment, and they'll tell me, they'll say, now, when you come out of the exercise, you're probably going to feel like you're dizzy, and when you're dizzy, when you're real dizzy, and those that are nurses on here or have that medical background, it'll make you feel like you're about to throw up, okay? And you got to settle yourself. One way you can settle yourself is to breathe. Be in that moment and just start breathing, and watch what happens. It'll start settling down. It's amazing how the body needs the breath, but it needs the oxygen. And a lot of times, you'll say deep breathing, people go, that is not deep breathing. I don't know what you just did, but that wasn't deep breathing. But it's breathing in slow and breathing out slow. That's why I'm y'all know normally mornings I'm like, because I do know I probably had a little bit of ADHD. My mama she diagnosed it with that switch in them belts. She put me on no medication. She had her own medication. But I wanted to be slow this morning and have a different tone, because even when I'm doing sessions with mental health first aid and some of the other things that I do around wellness. When I'm getting ready to stimulate or take the group into a deep breathing, I have to calm down. Because if I'm on here all hyped and that's why one of the presenters that present with me, which I'm yin and she yang, and she's very calm, she's very low tone, and I'm like, I come in and I'm just like, woo, let's have fun. And everybody can't do that in a whole 4 or 5 hour session. That I would run them up the wall because it's too much. It stimulates too much. I need those moments of calm. So that's where she'll come in and settle the crowd down, and I hype them up again. So this morning I wanted to be very, very low key so that you can understand you have to take moments to be aware of your surroundings. I'm so in tune sometimes I can hear stuff when it come on. I can smell stuff. I mean, literally, I can walk in rooms and smell because you're being aware of your surroundings. Half of the times, I remember when COVID happened, and I might have wrote about this here too. But when we had COVID, I was supervising a team of about 9 people at DMH, and we were working from home. And I had never, let me tell y'all something. My hours were 7 in the morning. I'm up. I'm either headed to Greenville, wherever my assignment is that day. I'm not back home to 7 or 8 at night. So I'm missing a whole day. By the time weekend come, you up, you got activities going on, you got church stuff going on. Good morning, Cindy. You got church things going on, and so you're still busy, right? And so I remember those first weeks of COVID. I'm sitting in my living room because I've got to change my whole house. Now I got an office I got to bring in, and I could hear birds chirping. I said, "Oh my God, I haven't heard a bird in years." I could hear them just chirping, and it was amazing to me because I was like, "What have I been doing? What have I been doing?" I hadn't heard a bird chirp in years. And so I literally got up out my chair to go look at the bird. Because if you've been used to sitting in the office for 10, 15 years, 7 o'clock in the morning, you go get in your office. You got this routine. You may go outside, but you're going outside to get in your car to go to lunch, hurry up and get that to your job. And you're not taking that moment to sit. And I was like, oh my God. And that thing really, COVID did a lot of things to different people, but it made me more aware. I was like, man, what have I been doing? I've been like 10, 15 years. I just been moving in space and not even aware of what's around me. And I had to learn to do me. Let me tell you, people don't like the new me because I don't mind saying no. I don't mind saying I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't mind in this season. Because when I know my capacity and I understand it, and I'll tell you no. I had an invite for something next week. I said, no, not doing it. Because next week, I'm out, Michelle. I'm going to my spot. I'm out. I'm going by myself. I need some time to just woosah. This weekend, I was by myself. I had friends I could have called, could have hung out with. But my sessions were long and didn't allow me much time in between and networking in this arena. And I'm telling you, I was just like, no, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill and take a moment because I've been wide open from December 22nd. I started this process with a knee replacement. And Lord Jesus, it did not look like what I thought it was going to look like. It's been a process. And now I'm recovering from that. And it was going through that and not laying the way you used to laying for 3-4 months and not being able to get around like you're used to getting around for 3-4 months. Your body adjusting. Your body I just went through trauma, major trauma with the knee replacement. That's something major. If you can't go to the dentist without them knowing this is major because they don't want anything in your bloodline. So I had to take a minute to say, even when I thought I could take on some stuff, I said, no, back that thing up, girl. Back it all the way up. You're not going to be able to do that. You got to take this time now to get well. And that everything about what you're doing, focus there because I got other things that I'm responsible for, but I had to focus. And so I moved in it. Good morning, Lexus. I moved in it and I just enjoyed my time. Let me tell you, I took bubble every night. I brought my whole spar. When I leave here today, these people gonna think I'll be here for about 3 months. I bought my foot spar with me, my Epsom salt, my lavender, my rosemary. Every night I've been soaking my feet and just enjoying myself. If I could scan my room, y'all think 5 people staying here with me. And it don't matter. This is my stuff. I'm a nicely loaded up. I don't even need their thing. I got my own wagon, okay? I came prepared. Got my teas set up, been drinking my teas every morning, and it's been a reset for me. Even though I'm here, even though I'm doing what I need to do, it's been a reset for me. And we don't do this in the body of Christ. We don't know how to reset. I see you, Lexus. We don't know how to set those healthy boundaries. I love my girls here in North Carolina. I'm telling you, but you know what? I did me this weekend. And next weekend, I'm going to the water, and I'm going to do me again. And I told people no. And it was some ministry invites I had, several. Nah, I'm good. I love y'all, but you got to catch me. I'm on vacation next week. You got to catch me after next week. Yeah, because you got to take time to do you. Let's finish on. And then I'm going to repeat this because I want you to remember. One way we can take control is to practice being aware. I just talked about that. Be aware of the present moment. Awareness is mindful of what is happening in the right now. This allows you to remove any distractions of the past, anxieties for the future, and provide a way to center yourself in the now. Try this exercise. Stop what you're doing, and I mean to stop right now. Relax and go outside. And I'm serious. If you can do that now, go ahead. Take the phone with you. Go right ahead. I want you to be aware. This is an exercise. This is an exercise to help you be aware. Identify 5 things you can see. You can do it in your room if you're right now where you're sitting. But I want you to just stop. Identify 5 things you can see and name them. Identify 4 things you can hear. 3 things you can touch. 2 things you can smell. And I smell that vinegar and that lavender this morning. And 1 thing you can taste. This exercise will help you become aware of the presence of the present moment. It lifts your mood and reduces stress. Meditate. Take 5 minutes to sit quietly and follow your breath. Let me tell you what happens to us at night. And some people think they're having a heart attack. When you go to sleep at night, you can hear your heartbeat. Because guess what? You finally settled yourself down. Good morning, Miss Harris. You finally settled yourself down and you can hear your heartbeat. And sometimes when people hear their heartbeat, they're like, oh Lord, am I having a heart attack? Your heart been doing the same thing all day. But you've been so busy and all of the noise that's been around you have crowded out your being aware that you can hear your heartbeat. Lay down. When you lay down at night, you can hear it. You can hear thump, 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 thump. You can sometimes you can even feel it. And you may think your heart is racing. It's been doing that all day. But because you've been so busy, you hadn't taken a moment to realize it. And now that you're in a place of rest, you now can hear it. You can literally hear your heartbeat. So let's be aware. This helps you feel more conscious and connect to the present. You can continue to do this frequently throughout the day to regroup as necessary. One thing, and I'm going to say this, I remember when I got the news that my mom had passed, and I'm going to tell you what happens when we don't breathe. And when I got that news, and I knew to breathe, but I didn't want to breathe in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just a moment that just popped up on you, and you just, woo. And I think I told you all this. I literally collapsed. I just like buckled because I lost my whole body. And that's what happens when we don't breathe. That's what happens when we do not breathe, you all. Our body starts shutting down. And it'll collapse. And I remember, and we laughed about it because you have to know my family. Now, when we're in a moment, Boy, we right there. We right there. And you won't even feel like they want to laugh. Nothing. You just feel like you the only thing they're focused on at that moment. But boy, when we come out of it and you give everybody their space and their time to get comfortable with the conversation. Oh, they joined me. They was like, look, the next time you decide you want to hit the floor and you know you little, because y'all know that's my new word now. I'm not big, I'm little. They say, you know you little, girl, let us know so we can catch you. Or because you like dead weight. Because, I mean, you are. You're like dead weight. And, I mean, my body just collapsed. My leg, I didn't even feel, I was numb. It was like I had no feeling. And any of you all have been in that place, you understand this. I can't tell you how it felt for you. I only know how it felt for me. That's why I don't tell people when somebody dies. I don't run up to people saying, oh, I understand how you feel. No, I don't. Because everybody has different feelings about people. And the way I dealt with my mom's death, it may be totally different for you. Because I haven't been through your whole life with you and your mom. So I do not know how you feel. I could just talk about my experience. And so let me help you here. Learn how to do you. In these moments, and even today, take time to breathe. And I hope this is helping you to become aware of your surroundings. Take time to breathe. Take time for you. This has been Authentic Moments with Dr. T. It has been great being with you all every morning. And we got about 2 more mornings. In the morning, I'm going to shift a little bit from the book. Before we leave, we read the last morning, which will be on the last day of the month. God is so strategic. He's so strategic. And tomorrow, remember, I'm going to be talking about For the Sake of the Call. Tomorrow is a great day. We're going to be celebrating some great things. And I'll be making a major announcement tomorrow about something